The film that says it all. No idea what that is, but it's all of it. This is Fateful Findings on Stinker Madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at these!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at these!
No one! Hangers!
It stinks.
Hangers!
Get to the chopper! Stinker Madness.
Hello, welcome to Stinker Madness. We are back after 3 weeks. Hello, Sam and Jackie. Say hi to the fans.
Hi to the fans.
What up? Gangsta style.
Oh.
Let me just be the first to come out and say, because we've been delayed, a lot of things have happened in the world in the last 3 weeks since we had an episode put out. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that we don't like Nazis. We're white supremacists. I don't want to be accused in 2 weeks of, hey, say, Stinker Madness never denounced Nazis. So
Sure, yeah.
I want to get that out of the way. Nazis and white supremacists are bad. They're bad guys.
Oh, fuck those fuckers.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we did that. Sam, what's been going on with you? Anything fun, new, and interesting?
Not especially.
Okay.
I got a new pair of pants.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's still too hot to wear them
Mm-hmm.
because they're long pants.
Yes, indeed. I
I went to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, we went to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
It's a big hole in the ground.
It is a big hole in there. They went on vacation and I watched their dogs.
Yeah, you watched three
So-
dogs for an entire week.
Yeah. My whole what happened with me would revolve around describing the actions of dogs.
Which people like, so...
sometimes, yeah.
They poop and bark and lick your face.
They do that.
Mm-hmm. You also cared for about 50 fish.
50 fish, yeah.
And kept them alive, sort of.
Except for one.
Yeah.
One of them died. But he was one of the undesirable fish.
What, did you flush him down the toilet, or...?
No, I threw him in the grass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that's...
Why-
The dogs are going to eat that.
No, I put in the compost grass bin. That
Oh, you put him in the bin.
I
The rubbish.
committed him to rubbish.
Okay. So what you're saying is, don't open the bin. It's going to get pretty gross in there.
It smelled. I mean, the hot grass does its own
Mm-hmm.
pretty bad, but there's a 3-inch fish in there too.
You could have been a total dick and like put that on like somebody's like car, like under the seat or something, you know, that you don't like.
Yeah, it was already pretty because I was gone. He seemed like he'd been dead for a while.
Uh-huh.
I was gone all day. It was pretty hot,
Mhm.
but he was like his underside had been exposed to the sun long enough that he was blistering.
Ooh.
So he was really grody already. So I didn't I picked him up with the net
Uh-huh.
and just tossed him right in the grass. I didn't really want to hang around with him. He was already getting rank.
All right. I don't even know how we fucking start with this Fateful Findings thing.
I can say that I took a whole page of notes, and I don't know if they're going to help me at all.
I don't know. I don't know. Now, Fateful Findings is a film by a guy named Neil Breen. Very Wiseau-esque
Yes.
writer, director, producer. What else do we got on him that he did?
Craft services,
Caterer.
sound effects,
Special effects.
Editor,
All
acting.
casting.
of it.
Did he do the casting?
Yeah, he did the casting.
He did everything.
He did everything.
Except the camera. He
Yeah.
actually got a camera guy.
And you've done a little bit of research on Fateful Findings and Neil Breen, Sam. What have
Absolutely.
you
So
found out?
Neil Breen really is the victim of internet trolling as much as possible. So
Okay.
his Wikipedia at one point said that he was an escaped mental patient.
Oh.
And he's been wrongfully pinned as a real estate agent as well. Apparently he's an architect. And
Okay.
if everything that you can really find out for sure about Neil Breen, he's got a Kickstarter video up right now. It's about 4 minutes,
Mhm.
and he's talking in that. So really, any true information about this guy is in that 4-minute Kickstarter video.
He's a man of mystery.
Yes, and that because of the fact that you can't wrap your brains around his movies, he's the victim of that. Like when we first watched this, I looked, and it was on the Wikipedia page for a week that he was an escaped mental patient
Right.
before someone fixed it.
So nobody knows the backstory behind him. I mean, at least with Wiseau, there's an entire book about his life and from
And there's still a lot of
Mark Greg Sestero, but
Yeah, but there's the conjecture that he's about 20 years older than he says
Okay.
with Wiseau, and that he's involved in the Russian mafia.
sure.
So
And a space vampire.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But wait, have you seen the photo of young Wiseau? That's the thing about, like, he could be 90 or something, because there's a photo of him where he looks like a normal guy. So it's very strange.
Yeah.
With Neil Breen, however, he seems like a guy that's really just he lives in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
He's an architect.
And he likes making film.
He likes making movies, and some accuse his movies of all being the same. And I would argue that having incomprehensible storylines isn't really the same.
Right.
It's not the same movie every time. It is thematically the same because you can't really tell what the hell's going on.
Same level of insanity. each
Sure,
film, right?
pretty much. And that there's gonna be some paranormal activity, and he's gonna go after
Question mark.
question mark,
Right.
and he's going after those fat cats, those sons of bitches that are fucking us all.
The corruptors.
Exactly.
Now I ran into people talking about Neil Breen and Fateful Findings specifically on the Bad Movies Reddit about a year ago, and I was scared of it. Like, I was frightened of watching this film because I've seen similar looking films where it's just too shit, and you're like, no, I don't want to. It's just boring and nothing happens.
Yeah.
And then we finally choked down on it because it's on Amazon streaming right now, Amazon Prime Instant Video. We did it 4 weeks ago when we watched, and I was like, this has to be my next movie.
Yeah. I was worried that I wasn't going to find it as funny the first time, because I've been, like, third time through in The Room. I need 10 years in between my next viewing, basically.
I don't need that much.
Maybe 5.
Yeah.
But I need some time.
Uh-huh.
I was worried that this was going to be the same way. It was still funny. I didn't laugh as hard, because the first time I almost threw up from laughing.
Right.
I laughed
almost
so
broke
hard.
a blood vessel.
I laughed so hard I almost puked.
Yeah, my eyeball almost came out.
I fell out of the chair and was like coughing from trying to not vomit.
My leg fell off. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Now, Jackie, this is your first go around with Fateful Findings. Would you call it shocking?
No.
No, you weren't
Really?
shocked by anything in this film.
None of this was shocking to you.
Nothing surprises you, I guess.
I kind of expected the nudity. He looked like a weird dude right from the offset.
Yeah, let's get to that. Is Neil Breen the sexy?
No.
No.
Well, the Fateful Findings is telling me exactly the opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
He is the portrait of sexual desire.
He's
He
a
does-
specimen of a human.
He does look like he goes to a professional hairstylist to get his hair colored.
But what does he ask for? Can you give me the doofus?
I would like to have a shoe polish helmet, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't take a lot off the top, but it does look like he pays money to have his hair colored.
Jet black.
Well, no, it was like an auburn brown.
Yeah, by a tattoo artist.
And, the costumes were questionable.
The costumes. Okay. You're going to call them costumes.
Costumes are just Neil Breen's shirts.
Yeah, his closet.
His closet of,
Button-ups. Some of them are
Button-ups.
suede.
yeah, the suede one was I don't know. The suede one was second place for me. My favorite one was the weird one where the pockets were down on his stomach.
It's not even a real shirt.
I don't know what the denim faux pocket shirt is. It's like a separate enigma inside of the enigma box.
It defies the laws of shirts.
Yeah,
Like Einstein wrote the book of laws on shirts, and he's scratching his head right now going, I don't
Wait,
know.
what. And the problem with it is that the movie itself is this huge, like, mind fuck. And you're trying to sort through that, and then this fucking shirt shows up, and you're like, really? Like, I need one more thing to scratch my head about. This shirt is the most puzzling thing in the goddamn movie.
He also likes women in tank tops.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Every woman in this movie pretty much wears a tank top
Yep.
the entire time.
It is also hot in Las Vegas, so that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for wife one doesn't get to wear a bra ever.
Not once.
Actually, no, she does in the pool scenes. For the barbecue, she's like brought out, but
Fake booby lady, I don't think wears a bra either.
No.
no.
Yeah. Do you think that these are his new clothes? Like, he's like, I'm going to go make a new movie, so I best go down to the thrift store and buy the weirdest shirts I can. Or do you think that these are just the same shirts that he's had in his closet since 1972?
That suede number looked like it was new.
Yeah, they're in really good condition.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something that you could buy new right now or in 2013.
Yeah, you can buy suede shirts even
Yeah, but
now.
it's a really weird suede shirt. Like it is not new trend.
No, and he's wearing long sleeve shirts and rolling the sleeves up a lot too.
He also has a baseball shirt with the sleeves that end at the shoulder.
Yes,
Like,
the
it's not a-
sleeveless baseball shirt.
It's not a t-shirt. It's like something the kids would wear.
I wore that shirt actually when I was 8.
Yeah, it's an 8-year-old's
Yeah.
man shirt.
No, that's the summertime baseball. Randy Newman, I Love L.A. You wear that shirt, but you have to be in 1987
And a child.
and a child.
Right. He is a grown-ass man.
Grown man.
Jackie, what are you going to guess Neil Breen's age to be in this film? Well, this was in 2012, so he's a little bit older. But
I think that when he shot this, he looked like he was about 70.
Ouch. He was close to 60. But he's playing, what do you think, 35?
well, let's see here. Let's try to do some math. Now, the kids are 8 years old at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, she seems to be a little bit older too. The girl, maybe. I guess girls get bigger than boys. At
Yeah,
8
they
years
have
old.
their spurt first.
Yeah, so let's just say that they're 8 years old. I would say 20 years has passed.
It seems like they're supposed to be mid-30s.
I would say right around 30. And he
Yeah.
is clearly not 30.
He is clearly 58 years
and
old.
I would say that the actress is probably 25.
Which, the blonde gal?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no, she's close to 40.
What the fuck? No, she's not.
Yeah, she is.
Jackie,
She looks great for her age, but she's not a young woman.
Jackie, what do you think? Are you going to agree with Sam? there?
Jennifer Autry, I think, is her name.
I'm going to say that she's not in her 20s.
Mid-30s is as young as I could give her.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Let's check
I'm
it
with
out.
Sam. I don't think she's very young.
That's the wife. Hold on.
I think she might have done news and then like real estate videos other than this.
Jennifer Autry. Oh, yep, she's a mystery woman. She doesn't have any information on her IMDb page, so
Yeah, that's too bad.
yeah, who knows? But yeah, he is not her age. He is. There's no possible way.
No.
Either that or he lived a ride hard,
A rough and tumble life.
yeah, full of drugs and alcohol and
And from his physique, it's
rooster fights.
like, yeah, it would be like the only way that you'd get that old that quick and then still maintain the jogger's body is if he's just like jogging through the desert daily.
Well, he might.
But he's very pale, so he doesn't
Yeah.
he obviously stays out of that Vegas sun as much as he can.
Now he plays a guy named Dylan, who is a novelist. That's his primary.
He's
gig?
got a damn master's degree in computer science,
Right.
and he writes novels now, as he tells you.
What the fuck have I done with my life? Wouldn't you prefer writing novels? Like, you don't just make that as like, well, I nobody will hire me, so I might as well just be a novelist and very successful at it.
Yeah.
And then bitch about what?
Yeah,
you know-
I want to be a novelist, stay home, make grilled cheese sandwiches whenever I get hungry,
But I
Yeah.
still
not have to eat fucking shit that I put in a plastic ass container and take it to work.
But he's not super rich. He's just like,
Yeah, but he claims that his book was super successful.
maybe the publisher fucked him.
Oh, maybe.
Because he's living in a 2-bedroom job that's got a pool.
Which is probably his apartment in real life.
Yeah, and it's probably an expensive apartment, but he's not loaded.
Right.
His wife still has to work at the bank that's failing.
The bank. The bank.
The bank.
There's only one bank.
And
Well, Booby Lady also works at
The bank.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's married. He's got a wife who, what are we guessing her age? I would say 30 on her.
Mid-30s as well.
She is a bit of a case, a basket case maybe.
Yes.
She's
also
addicted to pills.
Yeah, she's a junkie.
And she's Eastern European.
Yeah.
Yes, that is also true.
Like at first, she tried to cover up her accent, but then as the movie keeps going, she's like, nope, accent's coming out.
His best friend Jim is a drunk.
Yeah.
And
Sort of.
like, if the movie was better at telling stories, would we say that Jim would be an abuser, like a spousal abuser?
I don't think he's a spousal
Okay.
abuser.
All right,
Um,
just a dipshit.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
just a fucking dipshit that's run out of options. And he spent all of their money on a car that he just leaves parked in the garage, and he only cleans that one mirror.
Yeah, we don't know what Jim's job is, but he's got a Testarossa, and his wife probably is just a bank teller.
That's a
Yeah.
Ferrari for people like me that don't know.
Yeah,
It's red.
Yeah.
It's quite pretty.
Well, I think one of the things we're running into already this early
Uh-huh.
is that it seems that Neil Breen, from a writing standpoint, Doesn't understand how humans work.
No, definitely not. Like, he's very vague. He knows how shirts work because he can bend the laws of physics with shirts.
Yeah.
But people, forget it.
Yeah, the relationships of the human people seem to be a little mysterious to him.
I am just like you, Earthman.
Yes, exactly. Like, is this not a perfect human interaction? No, it's a very poor mockery of a human interaction.
Are you nutty? So they
I totally bought his dialogue. I don't know what you're talking about. I hate it when you are like this.
I've got to get this work done.
Got to get this work done.
I've got to get this work. And then he'll wait like 20 seconds. I got to get this work done.
You can't do this. You have to stop. Stop doing this. You can't do this.
Yep.
You said that way too fast in between the two repeats.
Right. Yeah, and I didn't smile and look creepy enough at you guys.
Yeah, every time he did that weird smile thing, like, oh, I get it. And I'm like, no, don't smile.
You're creepy.
He's the guy that sits in his van at a Walmart just watching people.
I don't think he is. I think he's the guy on the park bench with no pants on.
Huh.
I know he's a little bit sneakier than that.
Oh, I when you're making films like this, you're coming out and saying, "Yeah, I'm a little weird. I'm pretty fucking weird.
Pretty weird.
There's
So
nothing."
I don't think he's
hiding
either
about
one
it.
of those guys. I think
Okay.
he's the guy, and this is why he's made these movies. He was the guy in the corner office that everybody's like, yeah, I never really talked to him.
Yeah.
He's just like this work machine.
Uh-huh.
Produces about 3 times as much as anybody else. Say he's doing architectural drawings or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He does 3 apartment complexes in the same time. It takes the guy next to him to do 1 house.
Okay.
And after, like 30 years or whatever, it's like, oh, we're throwing a retirement party for Neil. Does anybody actually talk to this guy? And
He
then
still works here?
he's like, hey, thanks, everybody. And then in the course of the 15-minute retirement party they throw for him, you realize that he's got minimal social skills.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But boy, could the guy draw an apartment complex, right? They're like, okay, thanks, Neil. Wow, that guy's really weird.
Now, Dylan and Emily's friends, the fake booby lady and the Testarossa guy, they have a teenage daughter as
Who's
well.
26.
Who's 26.
Who's their stepdaughter?
Stepdaughter.
No, he says, you need to control your stepdaughter.
Uh-huh.
So it's his daughter, I guess.
I don't even know if it's his daughter.
Yeah, she calls him dad. She's like, you killed my dad. Because Jim dies. I blew that early.
Way to go.
Way to go.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert, Jim doesn't make it. And then by that point, you're like, really? Who the fuck is Jim?
Who's Jim?
Did he do anything for this movie?
He cried by the hospital bed.
But does he do anything for... Let's say that there's a plot. There's a string from point A to point B here.
There's many plots in this film.
Yeah, but there is a point A to point B string. Does Jim ever attach to that thread at all?
He tries to seduce the wife.
Sort of.
But she's not really...
Barely.
Is she involved with the main theme? I don't think she is either.
I don't know. Let's table that for now.
Yeah.
Let's dive into this thing because I think we've covered all the rounders and everybody gets the idea if they haven't watched this movie that it's a real bad movie.
And you need to watch it. This is a real puzzle. It's like a Rubik's Cube for your brain.
You will laugh your ass off.
Yeah. It starts out with open on a storage unit, the hallway of a storage unit. Question mark.
Yep, storage unit. That's the first thing I write down because, your second tour, you're like, oh yeah, they started this movie in a storage unit because they, you know why? Because the dolly went really smooth on that concrete.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it starts here.
Yeah.
They could get a dolly shot in there.
And at the end of the storage units is a magic book.
It's a magic book.
It's a bullshit book. They didn't take any time at all to make this stupid ass book. They ripped up somebody's curtains and pasted them onto this book.
I swear to God, the first 3 times you see it, it's actually CGI.
I think it is too. It's not there.
Like, I think that he had started making the movie before they got done with that prop.
Yeah, I think so too, because it's not there. It's not in that hallway.
And in the end scene when they're out in the desert, it actually looks different than the first several times that you see it. So I feel like they barely got that piece of the movie done in time to shoot that scene.
So let's just remember, magic book.
There's a magic book, yes.
Okay, that's one thing.
It's gold.
That has a question mark behind it. Jump to some kids out in the woods, and they're out in the fucking woods.
Yeah, this is good.
They're not in a park.
Yeah, they're minimum, 4 hours from Vegas in the Sierra Nevadas?
By car.
By car, yeah.
They're on foot.
Yes.
So they've walked for 3 weeks
Yeah.
to get to this wonderful woodsy area that looks like something like Olympia, like Olympia Park or something like that, like a national park in Washington.
Something like that. It's definitely probably foothill Sierra Nevadas.
Yeah. And they pass some a dead mountain goat ram that does Scooby-Doo eyes, but it's a dead skull that shifts with them.
It looks at them.
Why?
Unclear.
Is it sentient, or is there like a wizard who's using the ram's head as like a security system?
That's actually Glenn Danzig's backyard.
No, there's not any cats, so.
Yeah, that's... Well, the cats live inside.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's too hot for the cats
on
outside. Kitties like cool weather, buddy.
They find a mushroom, and they're like, hey, a mushroom. And they crouch down around the mushroom, like we know already that it's magic.
Sure.
It's not, they don't pick it up and try to eat it or get fucking weird. Or maybe the whole movie is just a magic mushroom trip.
Actually, they dreamed all this in the 2 minutes before kidney failure and they died out there.
Because what happens is the magic mushroom fades away, and revealed underneath it is a jewelry box.
I think it's like candy thing.
A candy dish?
It's like a little, yeah.
No, it's a jewelry box.
All right, it's really small.
Yeah, it's a jewelry box.
Next
All
to
right.
the jewelry box is some beads that
Yeah.
have just been dropped on the ground by magic.
By magic.
Are they related, the magic beads?
They're there so that they can't leave the box empty because it's bad luck.
So it's like leave one, take one at the gas station where you leave a penny and take a penny.
Sure. Or
Okay.
it's like a geocache.
Ooh.
So you leave everything in the geocache. You don't really take. You just put more stuff in it.
Yeah.
But these assholes, they don't do it right. There's a magic rock in there, and young
A magic
Dylan,
cube.
young Dylan takes the magic cube.
And we cannot fail to mention the best line of the movie. It's a magical day.
Yes.
It's a
And-
magical day.
What
It's
is
a magical day?
her name?
Leah.
Leah writes, "It's a magical day," on in the middle of a notebook
That is empty.
that is empty.
That's the only thing in it. It's a magical day.
Yeah, exclamation point, which is the first. When I watched this the first time, that's the first beverage coming out of my nostrils. When they wrote "It's a magic," like he said it, and then she writes it down, and the camera hangs on the shot of "It's magical day" written in this. The only thing written in this whole notebook. Coke through the nose.
If I have to remember one thing for the rest of my life, it's a magical day.
Sure.
Whatever day that was, I don't know, because I didn't reference it to myself like June 5th, 1972, magical day, because we found a fucking box with a magic cube in it. No, the only thing I need to know is at one point in my life, I had a magical day.
Sure.
Or it was a magical day, and I happened to be inside of it.
Mm-hmm. I threatened before we watched this to only write "It's a magical day" as my only note. And I wrote all this other stuff down, and I may as well have just written "It's a magical day."
Yeah, the entire
because
movie is It's a Magical Day.
The only relevant thing here I'm getting is a laptop count. Everything else is like, man, I could talk about this, or I don't know. I'm not really sure what's happening here. I wrote stuff down, but
So he takes the magic cube out, this little black obsidian thing or whatever. It's probably fucking plastic.
it's
but
probably
whatever.
fucking plastic.
Yeah, let's just pretend it's magic rock. And she takes some of the beads and makes a charm bracelet out of it. And they replace the magic box, and a mushroom fades back in on top of it, because you're not supposed to know that the magic box is there unless
Yes.
you're an 8-year-old child that's weird and loves magic.
Cue sound effect and blue cloud.
Maybe that's what the ram skull is there is a wizard, and that's a security system, and he's like, I can reveal the magic box to whomever I want, but first I must observe them. These two children who are lost in the fucking woods and who have no parents and are probably going to die of starvation out here. They seem like they like magic, so I'll reveal it to them.
You know, it's the border of Nevada and California. It's probably close to a national park. There's a campground, and there is a wizard. It's just painted on the side of a fucking van.
Boss. They're going to get eaten by a bear.
I'm placing my bets on mountain lion.
Yeah, mountain lion.
They
bear.
are a lot more gutsy.
She's a little tall for a mountain lion. I think she could scare one off. Mountain lions are quite timid.
She's got a lot of guts.
Oh.
So they walk back to town or at some point, and her family is moving. Her dad's got a job someplace, and they got to move.
I think that you just represent it the way the movie gives it to us. They walk back to her moving away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that's what happens. They walk through a field, and then she gets into a car and is gone forever without any luggage.
Which is clearly a modern automobile.
It's like a 6-year-old fucking Lexus crossover.
Yeah.
It is not 30 years old.
This is not the past.
Nope. There's normal cars parked in all the other driveways.
Mm-hmm.
And their departure, wherever they moved to, they didn't get there very quick because Dad is driving half a mile an hour. The kid's able to keep up with the car
By barely walking.
by barely walking. This is awkward filmmaking at its finest.
Oh, it's beautiful because there's a shot of her like waving goodbye from outside of the car, and then you pan to him, and he's waving like goodbye, yelling like as loud as he can, like she's already down at the end of the fucking street, and then you get a reverse take, and the car's moved 6 feet.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. She's like, I'll remember you forever. Why are you yelling? I'm still right fucking here.
I'll just walk to wherever you guys are moving with
Yeah.
you. It'll
Well,
be
you know,
fine.
good parenting too, because she's halfway out the car.
She is going to fall out and die.
Yeah. And
The dad's thinking about gunning it at this point. He's like, fucking hate that kid. I wanted a kid that didn't talk back to me.
All she ever fucking talks about is magic. I'm
Yeah.
sick of it.
And that stupid fucking bracelet.
and my wife made me buy a Lexus.
Ooh, God. I hate my family.
Yeah, he's disgruntled. And they probably like, oh, he got a new job and they had to move. They probably just moved like to a different subdivision.
Yeah.
They didn't move away. Like I think that the people in this film and their intelligence levels, they've been living in the same town the whole time.
Yeah, or he went fucking postal and now they're on the lam. So they're not actually moving. They're just going to go live in a fucking motorhome someplace for a couple years.
Just gonna go out into the desert
Yeah.
outskirts, and he's gonna weld barrels together
Yeah.
into Viking warriors.
Get off the grid for a couple years.
Yeah,
Which turns into 20 or so, question
Yeah.
mark. Because there's no 30 years later. Because the next scene is Neil Breen's all grown up. Dylan's all grown up.
Neil Breen is obviously in his 50s.
Into an adult aging man. And he's calling his wife, and they're having a conversation which doesn't work at all.
Uh-huh. Yeah?
Exactly. She's talking to him on the phone, and he's just walking with the phone.
And he's not speaking or asking her questions, but she's responding to
Nothing.
dead air.
Also, because
This is the first instance of not knowing how phones work.
Yes.
We should have done a not knowing how phones work count.
there's at least 6 instances.
Yeah.
Also, because we know the things that we know, and we find out later that he's a novelist
Mhm.
who has a damn master's degree
In
in
computer,
computer science,
Mhm.
but he's a novelist. He works from home. Where is he?
Where is he?
And why is he dressed like he's going to a nightclub?
Or work? Or like
Or a
he's
limo driver. He could be a limo driver in that outfit.
a limo driver or a hitman. He's dressed like Vince Vega from fucking
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. He's not coming to or going from the bank because she's not at the fucking bank where
No.
she works. She's at home washing a dish.
And she washes this one dish several times. You know why she washes the dish? Because when she gets done washing it, she puts it back in the sink, making it dirty again.
Right.
Her other accompanying this lone saucer
Uh-huh.
is a plant and a bunch of bananas.
Yeah, that's their staging for this set.
Like
A plate, some soap, a banana, and a plant.
This is obviously a human kitchen.
Yeah, very human-like. Well, he walks out into the street while he's talking to her because I guess he's distracted. But then he drops his phone on the ground.
Yes.
And picks it up and then gets his ass ran over by a fucking Rolls Royce.
Exactly. There's this scene only exists to have him get hit by a car. And in the scene itself has trouble because later you find out where would he have been?
Right.
Why is he wearing a suit? It's obviously too hot.
Who are those other people that are walking across the street that aren't in any of the shots?
No, and that
Well, their feet are in almost every shot.
Yes. And that he has to drop his phone to get hit by the car.
Right.
He can't even get hit by the car fast.
He could just get hit by a car. Bending over has nothing to do with getting hit by a car.
Could have been in front of his own house.
Right.
Like, this thing goes out of its way to not make sense.
It's bananas.
And then he's hit by the car. There's the feet shots that Jackie's talking about. Lots of feet shot.
Uh-huh.
You're wondering if this is going to be recurring. It's not. They abandoned the feet shot completely after this scene. What does he get hit by? He gets hit by a great set of tits.
Yes. For no reason.
And you never see that woman's face.
I'm assuming that it's fake boobs lady
Yeah, he just...
as well.
Yeah, I think it's what's-her-face, Jim's wife.
But it's not Jim's wife. It's just the actress who
Yeah.
plays Jim's wife.
She's wearing a red wig, because you do see red hair.
Okay, all
but
right.
nothing from the neck up, and her high beams are on.
Now, when he gets hit by the car, you remember when Brad Pitt gets hit by the car in Meet Joe Black?
Yes.
And it looks really shitty?
I thought the first time I saw Meet Joe Black, I was like, holy fucking shit. That shit was, whoa.
Yeah, you should watch it again.
I bet it sucks.
It looks real bad. I honestly think that Neil Breen getting hit by this car looks better than Meet Joe Black.
I don't know.
It's pretty silly. You laugh out loud at Dylan getting squashed by a Rolls Royce.
You're so ready for him to get hit by a car.
Right.
The problem is that, like, he's in a strange place for no reason. He's dropped his phone in the middle. It's like a horror movie where the victim has fallen down in the woods.
Uh-huh.
You know it's coming. There's nothing else that can happen. He's standing in the middle of the road screaming, please hit me with a car. And then it finally happens and it sucks.
But usually in films like this, they cut away from something, a big event like that, where
Yeah.
they can't really stage that properly. But no, he just gets his ass straight ran over on screen. It's glorious.
I think it's After Effects.
Oh,
but
it's totally After Effects, but
just-
it looks great.
It looks okay.
No,
It's
it
passable.
looks like shit, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this fake boob lady who runs his ass over, or maybe she's the passenger. She bends down to pick up his magic stone, which has fallen out on the ground, but he grasps it before she can get it.
So she shoots some of the blue smoke and the sound effect happen.
What's her relation to the magic stone at all?
She's the magic boobs. Magic boobs. Don't question it. That's all it is. She's magic boobs.
So is she related to the plot in any way?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Jackie, go. I know.
Because you never see that person again.
Yeah, but then why does she care about the magic stone?
Maybe she's like, hey, what's that?
Treasure? Question mark?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Sam, why do you think
She
she
unlocks
is?
the magic of the stone. Because Neil Breen doesn't have teleportation and shadow powers until he gets hit by that car.
Right, but she doesn't. The car, just getting hit by a car
No.
unlocks.
See, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think when she bends over and it goes, and then there's the blue smoke bullshit again. The magic boobs unlock the magic powers for him.
So she's the wizard in the forest, and she's like, it's finally time
Yeah.
to make this really a magical day. She bzzz the magic stone, and then
Yeah.
that's... Okay.
Then she goes back to the woods, and then some dude with like a 3-foot beard just motorboats the shit out of her.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Listening to Iron Maiden in that van.
Iron Maiden! All right, so he gets patched up. They take him to the hospital. It's a very weird sequence when they take him to the hospital.
They take him to a closet.
Yeah,
in
they
his
take
house.
him to a closet in his house. This is not a hospital.
No, it's
they
not.
green screen the hospital hallway because they can't shoot in a hospital. It's somebody's fucking closet.
And
None of the pumps are working. Nothing's on.
Nothing makes sense.
there's a computer cage with a laptop sitting on top of it that I guess is supposed to be his heart monitor.
Right.
Because there's the beeping, but there's no lights or anything else.
And then they've made a box on the opposite side of that to look like some kind of voltage machine.
I think that's actually a car battery
I think
charger.
it's a car battery charger is what that is. It's a trickle charger. Wow, nice props. And they've got 2 IV bags.
Yeah.
Because, like, I guess he really needs to get doubled up. Like, let's juice him. You know, it's a drip. You can just turn it up and
Yeah,
down on one of them. You
one
don't
of
need
them.
2. Whatever. His face is all bandaged up because he got hit by the car
In the
In the
face.
face. The only part of his body that is injured from getting ran over is his face.
Yeah. Well, if you watch the movie, he's not like he's beat up pretty good. But the only thing that explains why he's bandaged is they brought him to the hospital and they used a hole saw on his skull and then went, shit, we didn't need to do that. Let's patch him up. Let's patch him up. We just put a big hole in his forehead and we didn't need to do that. So we get some gauze. Just get some gauze.
A lot of it.
A lot of gauze.
Way too much. Like so much that we have to cover up his mouth and his nose so he can't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
Because we want this guy to die in our care.
No, and then
Yeah, he's dead.
He suffocates.
Because his nose and his mouth are just, it looks like they put a cast over his face.
He's got a face cast.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're dead.
From a writing perspective, the only thing that eludes Neil Breen more than human interaction is the inner workings of a hospital.
Yeah, or science, or it's
Maybe he wasn't allowed to actually use anything that he had back there. Like he borrowed it from his old lady neighbor, and she's like, don't you use my nose piece
Yeah, don't put it
or
on
my
your
oxygen
face.
mask on your fucking face.
You're gross, but you can borrow it. Make sure it's covered. Because, yeah, they put oxygen over his face, a face mask, and then one of those, like, lines that go up into your nose, but it's just on top of the fucking gauze.
It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work
It's
that
just
way.
blowing cold air into the blinds
It's
behind
not,
him.
because in the shot, they show that the tanks are all sealed and it's zero pressure. You get to see that there's nothing happening. The cameraman made sure to let you know, hey, none of this shit is on. And it's not even from a hospital. It's not even hospital shit. It's like, this is Walmart tanks where you get for blowing up balloons for kids' parties.
Yes, indeed. Those are filled with helium.
Oh.
That's why, because otherwise he's going to have a silly voice if they're plugged in.
I'm Neil Breen. Hey, kids, I'm not dead.
I got hit by a car in the face. His wife and buddy show up, and the doctor's like,
Doesn't look good.
he's in critical condition.
And he's in a closet.
Why is he in the closet then? Shouldn't you be doing something?
Maybe we shouldn't plug him into a 386.
Oh no! What are we gonna do? I mean, like it's super high drama. Like, oh, can he hear me? Because he's in a coma or something.
Yeah.
He's close to a coma.
Yeah, right.
No.
And then Dr. Leah comes in, and we know that she's the girl from the beginning of the film because she's got the fucking bracelet on.
Yep.
But she is a 20, 30-year-old woman with different hair color.
Definitely not the same set of genes.
Not at all.
Well, you know, in his defense, women change their hair color all the time, and that's probably what he thought. Like, I don't have to get somebody that looks like.
I think her curtains match the drapes.
Yeah, I think that's a
the
blonde-ass woman.
Yeah, I think the rug, all of it's the same color.
Yeah, and then also very lanky, tall. The kid at the beginnings, a little bit of a bowling ball. No offense to that small child. I'm sure she blossomed into a wonderful woman who is now, I guess, only 12.
I think she's probably a softball pitcher.
Yeah, she's got the body for it.
She's strong.
This cast is not a good one here.
No.
But she comes in and she's like she instantly has a connection to Dylan. Like, I don't know why I'm even in this room. I'm not his doctor, but I just wanted to come in and touch his face mask. 'Cause question mark?
Well, she says, she walks in, looks at him, touches his arm and says, I'm not his doctor, but he looks like he's in bad shape. Let me know how things go, and then leaves.
Yeah, and then leaves for no fucking reason. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. We're fine with that, Dr. Leah.
And is she the head of neurosurgeons? Because the doctor goes, the guy that's supposed to be the doctor's like, he's semi-comatose. The head of neuroscience is coming down. Or the head of neurosurgeons is coming down.
Oh.
But then she shows up and is like, this isn't my patient. Da-da-da, I'm leaving now.
Which everybody would be her patient, if that's the case.
If she's the head of neurosurgeons.
She also doesn't even look at his fucking chart.
He also doesn't have surgery at any point, unless we're counting the part where they put a big hole in his head on accident.
That was bad surgery.
Yeah, those weren't neurosurgeons.
Man.
That was just an ER guy who's like, I've never gotten to use this before,
Yeah.
and I think I'm going to try.
What's this one do?
Bone saw. You're like, Jesus Christ,
Oh.
Jeff, you just go down the hall.
He's like Garth when he gets a hold of the fucking gun at the car shop.
Absolutely. Yep.
Whoopsie. So they all leave, and he wakes up Because
There's-
of magic?
I guess. They left the window open. I think it got too hot. That's the only
The ghost
explanation.
blew
here.
ass. And that's what woke him up because it stunk so bad.
Well, his shadow self comes in for the first time too.
Right. The shoes. The man
Rented fucking shoes.
wearing dark shoes and pants.
Those are rented tuxedo
Is
shoes.
that the same outfit that he got hit in the car with?
I guess so.
So is he fucking dead?
No.
Like,
He
is
just
that
has
his
shadow
ghost
No.
that walks around?
No, Wizard Boobs activated his magic rock shadow power.
Why is he dressed in the same clothes?
Because
That's
when you get shadow powers,
It's what you're wearing.
yeah.
Okay.
So, at least he wasn't wearing like sweatpants and a "We Will Rock You" t-shirt with a hole in the crotch.
So is this
Or
like
that baseball sleeveless number. That would be like bullshit shadow power right there. Like, oh, I was wearing my PJs.
is this like astral projection? Like, is this sort of Doctor Strange powers? Like he can just, or is he even aware that he's a shadow self?
No, I am certain that Shadow Dylan has a different agenda
I
than
think
regular
they're
Dylan.
two different people.
But Shadow Dylan shows up periodically to just be like, hey, bro, you're like all fucked up. So like, wake up, dude.
Yeah, wake up, blowing in your curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
that sounded gross.
However this works out or doesn't work out, what then happens is that he just sits up, stands up, and walks home
Walks home
with a massive head wound.
and no pants.
And he can't see anything.
And no one does anything about this at the
Not a person.
hospital.
Or people driving by, man bleeding from the head horribly and
Ass.
wearing a hospital gown with his
Yeah.
ass out. Nobody questions.
No one
I
bothers
guess it's
with
Las
it.
Vegas. You see some pretty weird shit there.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Santa Monica.
Right. It's not a bum punching you. So
No.
as long as it's not a bum punching you, you don't do anything. Ugh.
Maybe they think it's performance art.
Oh yeah, could be. Like,
Why
oh,
not?
This guy's plugging one of the new shows that are coming town. This is Cirque to bleed out of the side of your head.
That's how I actually just drive through every major city. When I see something that I don't like, I just roll the window up and go, that's performance art.
Nope, not good for them.
Good
whatever
for
they're
them.
trying to do,
Yep.
but I want no part.
Yep, I'm just keep going 40.
Maybe,
Fuck it.
Maybe 45.
Yeah, everybody else is going fast.
So he gets home and all he decides to do is take a shower. It's not even like, honey, I'm home. I need to bathe in
Yeah.
my gauze face.
I'm just going to wash this gauze hole off.
Well, and like some of his gauze is on the fucking floor right next to his underwear.
Yeah.
Like they do that sexy pan, right, where you get like one piece of clothing.
Oh, yeah.
It's only the hospital gown that he's wearing.
No, like in that panning, it was like a pair of underwear.
And then a hospital gown. So at some point on his journey, he stopped to put on drawers because we get Neil Breen ass on his exit.
Yeah.
And then take them off so
And then-
he can take a shower.
Uh-huh. And then he threw some gauze on the floor, too.
Yeah, and then he made sure that when he got into the bathroom, he tilted his head to the right, and all this shit fell on
And
the
his
floor.
brains came out.
Yeah, I mean there was like this big pile of blood there.
He is bleeding out.
Well, this is the first time that we get brain sex.
Yeah.
So his wife wakes up and she's like, what are you doing? You should be in the hospital. And you should be taking him back to the hospital.
And you are dead now because your brains are all over the fucking shower. There is too much blood in there.
He's got to wash out his head hole. So he's washing it. That's what it looks like because it's just raspberry jam, like a fucking gallon of it running down his
Pouring
leg.
out down his leg.
Yeah,
So-
he's dead.
He's fucking dead.
This is dead number 2 for him.
So she just hops in the shower with him and they hug.
And
Because he's like, I need your help. Help with what? Grotto Smurf?
This
You're
boner.
bleeding
Yeah.
everywhere.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not.
does not know
Does
about
not
boners.
know about
Yeah,
boners.
Okay, fair enough.
Because this is the first brain sex, and brain sex is hugging topless.
Hugging and gentle pecking.
Explain your childhood theories on the sex.
Oh, yeah. When I first watched this, it reminded me of how I thought people had sex when I was a child. Because you'd watch TV and people would just lay on top of each other and hug. And then you'd pan to the fire, and I thought that's how sex worked. You just laid on top of each other.
Or even before you saw them laying on top of each other when you were like really young, like 4 or 5, you're just like, I'm pretty sure the sex is you just take your shirts off and hug.
And hug, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
It sounds weird. I don't like it. But,
I'd be willing to try it though.
Maybe.
Yeah, just hug with the shirt off, and then a baby comes out
Of a bird.
of butts. I
Of
thought
a bird. It was a stork.
I didn't think that it was. I didn't think there was a stork. I thought women pooped out babies. You go to the bathroom and you poop out a baby.
So hopefully this isn't a baby. It's just that ham sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Don't
Either
flush it
way,
has eyes.
That's right. You got to check.
Mama, it's stinky.
Oh.
Okay, that was pretty dumb. I'm gonna walk that one back.
Yeah.
Walk it back. Walk it off.
Walk it
Walk it off. Walk that joke off.
Rub some dirt in it.
Yep.
Yeah. So they boned down weirdly, so fucking weirdly, and she at no point is like, "Your brains are coming out, honey."
Yeah.
She literally fucked his brains out.
His brains were out before she even
Yeah.
got there.
No,
Tried
she
to-
made sure that he was laying there so she could slam his head into the headboard.
She tried to hug him back
Oh,
in.
yeah. You think that that's the kind of sex that these two have with their shirtless hugging, humping? There's no headboard banging in this one, Jackie.
And he leaves most of the gauze on when he goes to bed.
Yes. What, like, even aside from how weird their sex is, I'm sorry, but I see anybody with gauze all over their head, I am the opposite of turned on.
Yeah.
I am completely turned off. Like, zilch. Nothing going on. Injuries to the face and head, not sexy to me.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make me horny.
Oh, I want to ride that train. No, I'm just kidding. That's gross.
Jackie's into injury porn.
Injury
yeah,
porn.
dude.
Oh, yeah, Snap. He just broke his leg and
Oh,
the good
that's
shit's
hot.
coming.
Show me your sprained fingers. Put your sprained fingers in my butt.
All right, so he goes into his home office after they bone the next day or whatever, because time and space does not really matter in this film.
No.
And he's like calling his publisher's agent and telling him basically, no, I don't want to do stuff anymore. I've got something else going on. And the only reason I really bring up this scene is the intro to his office, which is insanity.
He's also signing copies of books, isn't he, in this scene?
Yeah, which he hates. He hates his book, but he's signing copies, and I guess he's just going to stick them in the mail or what? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like the same 5 books.
Yeah, there's only 5 books for this entire prop.
He's signing them for himself. He's going to use that. He uses those books later for reference when he's doing his research.
Yes, his own novel, his research novel.
So weird.
And he's got a pile of laptops.
I counted 4.
It's 4 laptops.
Yeah.
None of them are closed.
None
They're
of them
all
work.
open. None of them work. None of them ever get turned on.
One of them's on top of another 386.
Yes,
So
one
you
of
got,
the
like-
old, not tower style. What are those called? When it's not a tower, it's just a flat.
Yeah, I don't
jobber.
remember what the flat
It's got
jobs-
a CD-ROM in it, like
Yeah.
really exposed. It's like a compact Presario from fucking 1992.
It might have been even before. It might have predated the Presario.
Yeah, might have. Oh boy, I think he just went to the dollar store, or not the dollar store, the thrift store, where he gets his shirts, and bought like $15 worth of broken computers as props.
I do not. I think these are all his computers.
Oh, they can't.
He has
be.
all of the. He's never gotten rid of a computer, and he just looks like his complexion, the color of his skin, says this is a guy who's been into computers the whole time
Oh no!
because he's so pale.
and he just keeps them.
He just keeps them, and even though
Well,
they
it's
don't
probably
work,
a conspiracy theory type
Yeah.
guy that thinks, oh, well, if I get rid of this, then the government can look and
Oh,
see
yeah.
what I'm doing.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a real problem. These computers, he doesn't know what to do with them when they break. So
Yeah, they'll get his AOL password.
and with the situation with why he has 2 of the Sony Vaio laptops is that he knew going in that they were shitty, so he just had to get a backup.
I gotta buy 2 of these. Just in case.
Gotta buy 2 of these.
Now let's introduce also an ongoing theme throughout this movie. We're not going to talk about it every instance that it happens. These laptops take a bit of abuse.
Yes, laptop down. They get thrown. They
At
get
one
books
point-
thrown at them.
They break.
They're just
Like
chucked.
the keys like pop off and shit.
One he tosses on the ground, and you can see the spine of it essentially crack in half. Sam, what's your count on laptop destruction for this film?
Laptop down times 5.
Times 5? I've got 8.
Oh, so I just counted every instance. scenarios. So there was 5 scenarios, not actual dead laptops. It would probably be more like 8
Yeah, it was,
individual laptops.
8 times laptops take abuse that they are not intended for.
Like, did you count the book?
Yeah,
When he threw the books at him?
chucking
Yeah.
at him, throwing them through across the office, slamming them with his fist, dumping coffee on him. I've got 8 counts.
8 counts
of laptop misdemeanors.
My favorite laptop misdemeanor is when he throws the pre-shirtless hugging number 3, I think. He decides to just throw everything on the ground.
Yeah, fuck it.
And the first laptop's the one where it goes down and you see the spine break.
Uh-huh.
And he notices in the shot that happened. So when he throws the other one on the ground, he's a lot more gentle with it.
He sort of sets
He
it down.
kind of sets it down. Like, oh, I don't want to break this broken computer. I just broke that one kind of badly. Like, he feels bad about his own shit in the shot. And
We
so
only
then-
got one chance at this one, boys. Don't fuck it up.
This was just a weird shot anyway. Like
The-
all the papers getting thrown in the
Oh,
air.
we're not there yet. We'll get back to that.
Ugh.
I also want to discuss the other ongoing thing that happens in his office is book chucking,
Yeah.
destruction of his own novels. I counted those 11 instances of book destruction,
Book destruction.
which is him just chucking his books, or his wife chucking his books. Like, I fucking hate these books.
Yeah.
They're just throwing books around because at some point he got in his mind that to show people's passion, they must chuck a book.
What book do you think it is?
Oh, there was only one shot that you could see the spine, and it went by so fast that I couldn't tell what
Yeah.
it was.
I don't know. War and Peace.
Probably, no, that was too thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
War and Peace is like, what, 1,400 pages, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big book.
Neil Breen's girly arms couldn't pick it up. So, moving on from the first instance of The Office. At his friends, we get introduced to Jim and
Boobs.
Boobs.
and they're having some house problems.
Well, she won't have sex with him.
Yeah, but he's a drunk. And
It seems
She's
like
Her
also a
back
drunk?
hurts.
she works at the
and
bank and her job sucks.
yeah,
the bank is failing.
the bank is failing
Because
and my back hurts.
The 2 people that work there never show up.
Never go to fucking work, not one time.
They do drugs and get drunk and go, the bank job is going bad. It's going bad. Haven't shown up to it in 3 weeks. I just feel like things aren't going well.
I'm so stressed from my job. You have a job? Oh, yeah.
I don't think you do
I don't know
anymore.
if I do. The daughter overhears as well, the 26-year-old teenage daughter. So she knows she's involved in the drama behind the scenes. But things start moving in a pretty weird direction here because there's lots of scenes that are cut of just jumping back and forth of just weirdness. So try to keep up at home, folks. But Mrs. Breen has found his pain medication, and he doesn't want to take the pain medication anymore because he doesn't need it because his brains came out, so he doesn't feel anything.
Yeah.
But she loves them. She fucking loves those pills.
Yeah.
She's a junkie.
Yeah, this made me really think about the time that your back went out and I was stealing your pain pills.
Yeah, sure. You were taking my Norco and tripping balls, so that's kind of a little different.
I think that's what she's doing.
I think it's just for the stress from the bank job.
She's so stressful. You haven't been at that in 3 weeks.
I know. I hate it.
the bank is failing.
My job sucks.
Then her and the gal with the boobs about once a week try to go to work, and they just meet for breakfast and stress out and then go back home.
Right. I need my meds. And he's like, you can't take these anymore. I'm getting rid of them. And he just gently drops them into the toilet without flushing them down.
And then throws the pill bottle just on the ground on the bathroom, like, fuck this thing.
That's where that goes.
That's where
Yeah.
that goes, I guess. And she reaches in and gets the toilet pills.
I wanted her to eat the toilet pills all at once so bad.
well,
she
you
doesn't.
know her character eats the toilet pills.
But she
otherwise-
doesn't on screen. It's
yeah,
too
it's
bad.
too bad. It was a missed opportunity for being a shitty movie. But
I would not have eaten the toilet pills. Like, if I was that actress, I'd been like, you know what? I got some self-respect. I am not eating toilet pills. That toilet did not look like it'd been cleaned in a while.
no, nothing in this house has been cleaned.
It's
His
Neil Breen's house.
is gross.
Yeah.
It is a dump. You should not shoot films here.
His carpet, and yeah, like, he doesn't vacuum or mop.
And the walls have got like dirt and shit on them. Like boogers have been wiped on his walls, and
Yeah.
he just leaves them there.
I think a lot of the scuff marks actually are from the tripod.
Probably that too, but
Yeah.
It's not a good place here. Now, so okay, plot seems to be fairly confusing, but his brains come out and he goes home and he finds out his wife is a junkie taking his pain pills. I kind of understand where this movie's going to a degree. Oh wait, now he's in the fucking Black Lodge from Twin Peaks?
Yep.
What the fuck?
He has now filled his garage with Viz Queen and is sitting in it naked.
But not in real life. His spirit self or his mind has gone into another dimension.
This is third brain.
There's 3 brains?
Because this isn't shadow brain.
Because he's naked?
Because he's naked. So there's naked brain, normal brain, and shadow brain. The other thing I notice, and I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, because naked brain hugs a naked woman.
Yes, he does.
We assumed the first time it was the 26-year-old teenager.
It's not.
It's the fucking boob lady. She's the only one that had both brown and blonde highlights in her hair, and that's what the hair looks like. It's Jim's wife in the fucking garage, and that makes no sense to me.
Well, the Black Lodge doesn't make any sense at all. What is it?
All it is, I guess, is that every woman in the movie has to have some level of sexual desire for the Breen.
So you got to put one into fucking space to
Yes.
do it?
Yes.
Okay. Are we sure though that his mind isn't going into the black cube, and that's what this place is? He's
The Magic Rock?
entering the magic rock
It might be.
of his mind.
That's a good theory.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that, but I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he's in the Magic Rock.
Then
but-
how does he bring other people into it?
Dude, how does he walk through a wall without
Oh,
opening a door?
Okay, well,
It's a Magic Rock.
Yeah, dude.
I guess, but
The answer is it's a magical day.
it's a magical day. All right, so that happens frequently throughout the film. We'll kind of glaze over that. He goes into whatever. He's got a psychotherapist who is. Who did you address him as?
He looks a lot like the wizard from Willow.
Oh, okay.
Never mind the bird, follow the river. That guy.
Or Radagast from Lord of the Rings. He's got some bird shit on his head.
Yeah, kind of. Radagast is a much better looking guy.
I kind of thought he looked like a really old, the mayor of Munchkinland.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like a Sigmund Freudian type character, like, your book was good, and now you're not writing your second one. You need to take more pills.
I can't tell. To me, it says psychotherapist.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be a psychotherapist, but he sure is acting like his publisher.
Yes, that too. Who has the ability to prescribe drugs to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a drug pusher.
He's the drug publisher, and he's in cahoots with the guy's wife.
Yeah, to get more drugs down her throat.
I don't know why.
She's like, yeah, he needs those drugs.
They're like, let's have the Wilsons or whatever the fucking booby lady and Jim's last name are over for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be so nice. Is this a dinner party any of us want to go to?
Well, they
No.
never get dinner.
Yeah, there's no food.
Yeah.
There's not even any fucking booze in they're drinking beer out of empty beer bottles and water.
Jim spills his beer and doesn't clean it up. He just kind of looks at everybody like, fuck it.
Jim is a weird dude.
Jim is a weird dude.
He's like, man, it was really touch and go there for a little while with you in the hospital. I'm glad to see you're doing so good. And Neil Breen's like looking at the teenage daughter and he's like, how's school going, Jill?
Yeah.
And she's like, I just wrote a report about space and it was neat.
No, you have to
Elephants.
do. We have
Yeah.
to do what she said because it's ludicrous.
Okay, go ahead.
She's like, how's school? Almost over, but I have one more project on elephants. What? A project on elephants? What the fuck does that even mean?
She's going to travel to Africa and hunt poachers, Sam.
Well, I think a project on elephants sounds like a fucking diorama with some
Yes, it does.
shitty elephants
sound
in
like,
it.
It sounds like something you might encounter in the third grade.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah. And Jim's like, he doesn't want to hear about that. And she's like, Well, fuck you, Jim. I'm out of here without dinner, even though I just said I was so fucking hungry.
Yeah.
And then Jim immediately becomes drunk as shit.
Yep.
And everybody's like, oh, fuck, Jim. God, you were such a piece of shit. And he's knocking over beers and like, what are you going to do?
Yep. Whoop to do.
I've ruined dinner again.
I'm kind of wondering if that wasn't his attempt at like humor. Like he's
Oh,
supposed to be
yeah,
the funny one,
absolutely.
but he's just so sad and pathetic, and you're just like, oh, Jim needs to eat it.
I hate to continually draw strings between this movie and The Room, but it kind of forces your
have
mind
to.
into it. But Jim is the same goofball who leaves his underwear in Tommy Wiseau's couch
Yeah.
in The Room, like, I'm here for comedy.
Yeah.
And I serve no other function to a degree. But yeah, I think he's trying to be funny. Like his alcoholism is an instance of comedy, Jackie.
He probably thinks alcoholism is pretty funny because they live in Vegas.
Yeah. Drunks are just goofy people.
Yeah, like when we were in Vegas, me and Justin, just not that long ago, there was this billboard for a liquor store, and it said, "I'm really concerned that your work is getting in the way of your drinking."
How do you fucking do that, liquor store? You can't fucking say that.
They did.
They fucking said that, like, you need to be an alcoholic.
Yep,
Come buy
come buy
some
or
of
get.
our booze.
Get all of the boozes here.
We've got bottles of vodka for $3.
The bank's failing.
The bank is failing. Come get some booze.
It's too stressful.
It's funny to be a drunk. Okay, so dinner's over, I guess, and now he confesses to his wife that he's hacking into the government systems
The corporate and I'm secretly hacking into the government and corporate secrets.
of international worlds.
Not just here, all over the world.
I'm sorry, what did you just say, Dylan? You're doing what?
What?
You're not writing a book. You're hacking into the government secrets.
She's already got enough stress. The bank is failing.
The bank is failing. They have no income because apparently he got screwed from his publisher because that apartment is shit, right?
There's only enough room in the backyard for the pool.
Yeah. And she's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I have been working this shit job at the bank to support us.
I'm not going back to the Ukraine.
And you're just fucking writing weird articles for Breitbart?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, Dylan, I think it's time you leave. You gotta go, buddy. Leave your medicine, though.
You're not taking it anyway.
And so we're introduced to what could possibly be the plot of the film. His hacking.
Yeah, that is the plot of the film.
Jackie, do you think that's the plot of the film?
I don't know. I thought it was about magic.
It's magic hacking.
Yeah, I thought it was about the magic stone and these weird out-of-body experiences that he keeps having, and I didn't think that this was an integral part of anything. And then, because, he's just like, I gotta work, I gotta hack these government secrets. And, he keeps saying that shit throughout the film, right?
Just randomly, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
jump cut to him, I'm hacking government secrets.
Yeah, but the whole time, it's the bracelet and the stone and the weird blue smoke that somebody obviously is smoking a cigar and then just blowing it into the film.
Right.
And I'm kind of sitting there going, yeah, okay, great. You're hacking government secrets. That's not really going to pan out.
Yeah, it's a subplot or something, or he's just like getting distracted from his main duties because he's being weird because his brains came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's the main
That's
part of
the
the
main
movie.
plot of the movie. Do you think he wrote this magical day plot of this long lost love from his past, and then was like, you know what? I'm mad as hell at the government. I'm putting something in my fucking film about it.
See,
I think that he got upcharged for water.
Yeah, his power bill went up or something.
Yeah, and he got pissed and he was like, fuck those motherfuckers.
They're screwing the people
Let's
with
see,
their greed.
There was some elected officials.
Oh, well, let's save
Okay.
that for now.
I think that what happened is that this is the main message that he's trying to get across. And the rest of it is stuff that Neil Breen thinks are in movies.
Okay.
Okay, all right. That's
This is his soapbox. This is what he's trying to pound home. And the other stuff is what humans do.
Now, his wife is a junkie, and it's tearing them apart, Lisa. But she's trying to tell him, like, my life sucks, buddy. And he's like, I've got to get this work done.
And then the next shot, I'm really sorry I pushed you away.
I've got to get this work done.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
And he's just slamming his hands on a fucking broken laptop.
Yeah,
In the
there's one
living
point
room.
where
They're not
he's
even
just
in his
hitting,
office.
Yeah.
he's just hitting the same key about the middle of the keyboard over and over and
Yeah.
over.
And it's not work. It's hacking into government systems while his life is falling apart around him.
Yes, exactly.
He is watching his wife die from drug addiction. I've got to get this work done.
Well,
And he's bothering her because he's not
Right.
in his office.
Right.
Where he should be getting his work done.
She's out there watching fucking General Hospital, and he's like, I've got to get this work done.
Yeah. He's fucking,
Okay.
yeah. Why are you in my space then?
Yeah, go in your room, dude, where you actually have fucking Wi-Fi. Actually, they don't even have, these people don't have Wi-Fi.
No, they don't have Wi-Fi.
They've got dial-up
Yeah.
with their computer systems. Oh, my God. All right, fine.
Well, he does tell her to go to rehab. And she's like, I'm not going to rehab. And he's like, okay.
All right.
And then the next scene, he's back in his office, and she comes in, and she's like, I don't want to do anything. And he's like, I don't want you to do anything except for hug me with our shirts off.
Yes. Q throwing everything on the ground.
This is the most insane sex scene I've ever seen in my life. Unquestionably.
It was not sexy, especially when you get paper cut in the eye.
He just gentle pecks her on the face. Like, it's supposed to be you clear off the desk and they have wild monkey sex.
Yeah.
That is not what takes place
They
here.
don't use the desk for anything
And-
after he throws all the shit on the ground.
He starts the foreplay by tearing her shirt off, which has been pre-cut.
Oh, God, the pre-cut shirts, because neither one of them were strong enough to rip a fucking shirt.
And they don't even accomplish it.
They still don't even rip the pre-cut shirts.
And they're laughing like it's it's a game. Like it's not hot monkey sex. It's like, wee hee hee ha, I kind of ripped your shirt. Giggle giggle tee hee.
Yeah, this was super awkward. I felt bad for her because
Oh man.
and his
Poor
weird
woman.
his weird pecking kisses.
The gentle pecking is disgusting.
Yeah, it's like what old people do when they're like in a wheelchair and they're trying to reach each other, and they're gonna die next
I think
week.
old people kissing is hotter than this, Jackie. I think you're paying him a compliment. This gentle pecking is what you do to a child's forehead.
I don't even know you don't even do it to a kid. It's just weird.
It's just fucking weird.
I do it to the dog.
And
Ah.
no, you kiss the dog more passionately than what he's doing. After he starts bringing the noise, essentially, he still takes momentary breaks to just grab handfuls of paper and chuck it into the air and
Yeah.
then giggle like a fucking maniac. Is everybody on the same page that this is the weirdest sex scene that I've ever
Oh,
seen?
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
It's
It's
not.
bananas.
It's not sexy. It's like, who's gonna fucking clean this up?
And then it just ends again with them hugging with their shirts off.
Because they've been married for 12 years and she's never touched his penis.
No. Does he have a penis? Does
I don't
it
know.
work? I don't.
We know he has a butt because we saw that.
Yeah.
Now, the next day, or whatever time and space takes place, we get introduced to his other psychotherapist. He's got two, and this one's the fucking log lady?
Yeah, okay. So his one psychotherapist
The mayor
Is-
of Munchkin Land.
is actually his publisher.
It was just a drug dealer.
He was a drug dealer. This lady is a witch.
She's transcendentalist.
I was kind of thinking that she was gonna give him a spirit animal, and
Yeah.
that like on the Simpsons movie,
Yeah, but that even makes a little bit more sense than what she does.
she's just talking about the spirit and being.
Well, she knows that the government and the corporations with the secrets are going to be onto him soon.
Does he confess to her, or does she just know
She
because
just
she's
knows.
she's of time and space?
Yeah.
You know who she is? She's Eternity from Marvel Comics. She's
Yeah.
just all of it, everything.
Yeah, she's got all of it. We also need to say that I don't know what he was trying to do with this, but it's obvious like there's a distance between him and the one psychotherapist and then the closeness with the other.
Which is just two folding chairs that they sit
Yeah.
in a closet and.
But he's like on the other side of a fucking boardroom table when
With
he's at
the
the
other
one
guy, yeah.
with the other guy. and then they're in the corner of his house with 2 folding chairs that are so close that the chairs are touching before they even sit in them.
Right. Nice office you got here, Doc.
What are you trying?
I'm actually not a doctor. I am actually time and space itself. So
Yes.
and I charge $75 an hour.
Mm-hmm. So does Larry, your drug dealer, who is also your publisher.
Yes.
Who is in the room next to us.
And neither of us are in your network. But you don't even have insurance because you can't afford Obamacare. You fucking
Well, his
psychopath.
wife works at the bank.
Yeah.
It's failing,
the bank
though!
is failing.
There's more problems at home. There's snippiness between them. She's like fucking stressed out about the bank failing, and work's getting in the way of them being able to make a connection. And she's like, "You're always just hacking into government systems." And he's like, "I gotta get this work done." And she now thinks that maybe it's not the work. Maybe there's another woman involved. He's like, "No, I promise you, there's not another woman." And then he looks
obvious.
at the camera like, "There's another woman."
There's always another woman when you're as sexy as Neil Breen.
Right.
Oh my God.
Uh,
He was just so gross.
he's so boy. And then he goes into the Black Lodge again, or the Black Rock, the Black Cube, and inside this time is the magic book,
Yes.
which has only been shown to us in a storage unit at the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
Huh. So
Yeah.
they're connected?
The magic book does what it wants.
Okay, let's just keep in mind magic book
Magic
is
book.
in this film. Okay. Let's have a backyard barbecue. Now
Why
that you're
not?
healthy. Let's get all the friends over. Who their friends up to this point only consist of fake booby lady, Jim, and their teenage daughter.
Yes.
But now the doctor from the hospital is there.
Just
Leah.
shows up with her fiance Tim.
Who invited them?
No one.
They just fucking show up because she doesn't even know his name.
She never even looked at his chart.
They just are driving by and like, I hear the sounds of a barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. They just
Well, Tim does look like he would just invite himself.
Oh yeah, they're total self-inviters, but they shouldn't be there.
maybe Tim is Jim's cousin.
They don't even know her name because they continually introduce her as, hey, it's the doctor from the hospital.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Tim is Jim's cousin.
Tim and Jim.
Yeah.
I
Because their names rhyme.
man, I wish that film had made that connection
Mhm.
because it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. They just
Ugh.
show up for no apparent reason.
And she drops her notebook on the ground on accident, and to this day, the only thing that's still written in it is it's a magical day.
magical day. She carries it with her wherever she goes for luck.
For luck and memories, or
Doesn't fit in her pocket. It's a
No.
shitty luck charm.
no, it's the worst, and it's just something stupid she wrote when she was a child. But he sees it and he's like, "It's you. Is that you?
I can't
It's
believe
you.
it's you.
Who? Who's-
I can't believe it's you."
It's
He
me?
says it like 8 times.
Yeah, it's me. I'm Dr. Allen from the hospital. Is that what you're implying? No, it's you. She's a total idiot. I never even put it together that you were, because I never even looked at your chart. She even says in the film, I never looked at your chart.
I mean, it's not really a hospital that we were at.
It was a closet.
I'm not a doctor at all.
And your brains came out and you died, so
Yeah.
bummer. Okay, so then the barbecue starts getting pretty weird because they're like in love. They're starting to hold hands, and Tim's like, and the wife's like, and then Jim out of fucking left field starts hitting on Breen's wife.
Well, they eat too. We gotta. The weirdness of this barbecue is they eat. They all have nice food, and then Dylan's wife starts making more food, and then Jim comes over and grabs her butt and knocks the corn over. I'm like, oh, you've ruined
because
the barbecue.
he's drunk again.
But they already ate,
They already ate.
and
Boobs
then
was smelling chicken.
yeah,
I don't think you should glaze over that one.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
she took a whiff of chicken.
Boobs didn't eat anything. She just smelled the chicken and then ate a cracker.
All while 30 people are talking on a vocal track in the background
Yes.
when nobody in front of the camera is talking at all.
It's like a dinner party audio bed.
Yes.
And there is clearly not and no one's saying anything on screen.
Nobody. And there's people laughing in the background.
Oh, yeah.
And even if people were saying stuff, nobody's laughing at this party
No.
because they're all miserable. They all, or except for Neil Breen and Leah, because they're like, we're going to take our shirts off and hug.
And then after Jim knocks over the corn, it just cuts to all of them standing in front of the camera happy again.
Oh,
And everybody's got a drink, and they're like, cheers.
cheers.
But there's
the,
nothing in the
the
glasses.
drinks are empty. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Later, it's another undescribed point in time. The teenage daughter shows up to the pool, takes her top off, and then goes kicking her legs around in the pool. She doesn't even go for a
Splashy
swim.
splash.
And she's showing off the goods to Dylan, and he's like, "Brr." And then she goes in their house and starts a bubble bath, gets totally naked, and he's like, Emily, is that you? Goes in there, stares at her fucking naked teenage body, and is like, you can't do this.
You have to stop this, Wink. No.
So she's trying to seduce him?
Yes.
Because he's the sexy.
He's the sexy. And that's why Boobs is in the Black Lodge, because every female character in this movie has to be sexually attracted to its maker.
Fuck me. Christ almighty. And so the parents discuss it like, hey, you got to get your teenage daughter to quit coming over here and trying to bang my husband, because I don't even know if they care about the age thing or not. Because she's clearly not a teenager. She's 26 years old. But
this is her third time. She's a super duper senior.
And the dad's like, don't tell me what to do about this. Dumps his wine on his wife, and she dumps his drink on him, and I'm going to the garage
To polish my Ferrari mirror again.
Yeah, just that one mirror. Get it super clean. And she's like, no, I fucking hate you now and your fucking stupid car, and you don't even love me. She goes into the bedroom and, holy shit, she's got a gun!
She's got a gun. What?
I'm gonna shoot your car, Jim! No, don't shoot my car, bam! She shoots him.
And it's a magic bullet because it goes around him and then comes back and hits him in the back of the neck.
And causes his ear to bleed.
Yeah. It's very unclear where he gets shot.
Jackie, got any?
I thought back of the neck.
Okay, which doesn't work because he's facing her. So, yeah, it curves through space and time and hits him in the back of the neck, causing his ear to bleed. Okay, so
It's
Jim's
a magical
dead.
day with a magical bullet.
It's a magical day. Jim is dead. Ding dong, Jim is dead. It's a magical day.
Dylan's at the door when this is happening.
Yeah. So he comes in. She stages it like it's a suicide, and he comes in and he struggles to lift Jim up because Jim's a big guy.
The best is like when he gets down, because it takes him forever to get down to his knees. But then once he's down there, he like does this like force hump where he's like all of a sudden sliding in to Jim, and then he can't pick him up because he's too heavy.
And he's not even passionate about it. He's just like, Jim, how could you do this, Jim?
I can't help you this time, Jim.
I can't help you.
Can't help you out of this one.
This is a jam that you've gotten yourself into on your own, Jim, and you're gonna have to find your way out of it because I can't do it.
And speaking of
His
jam,
fucking brains are out, buddy.
yeah, and he like dips. He on screen. Dylan is dipping his hands in Jim's blood and putting it on his face.
Yes, like almost like he's tasting it.
Yes, it's weird.
Tastes like chicken.
Raspberry. Nobody gives.
This whole time, Jim was made out of raspberry jam.
Mm-hmm.
We totally could have sprayed him over that chicken. It would have been amazing.
And then his wife comes in and says, "Oh my God, he was sweet."
Jim's dead, but he goes back into the Black Lodge again. It's just chilling out there for a while. But his wife is now blaming himself for Jim's death because of the barbecue.
Yeah.
What? He shot himself in the head because he knocked over the corn? Is that what she's thinking?
I guess she's just trying to make excuses for pills.
Yeah, I need more pills because of Jim's death.
But it doesn't really seem to matter why she's doing this, because we've already seen her call Jim's psychotherapist on the phone, rat him out for researching the government. And she's like, he's not taking the pills. He's getting government secrets. You should just give me the pills. And I think he does.
I think he does.
What?
I think he just ships them via Amazon to her mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Dylan is bouncing through time and space and in between his two shrinks in what I think may be a psychotherapist montage. But it appears that he's bouncing through time and space
Yeah.
between his psychotherapists, who are telling them totally different things. And then he meets Leah in the park, I guess, or they just bump into each other at this park and realize, oh, hey, it's good to see you. No, I love you too much. They confess their love to each other. Weirdly, very weird.
Then go
confession.
like, oh, let's go 400 miles away
to the park or the forest where the magic mushroom is.
Yeah. These ducks aren't enough because there's a lot of duck shots.
Yeah.
In the park.
So they go into the forest and they find their magic stone area and they open it up. And do they put the magic stone back in?
No, she just put some more bullshit in there.
From what?
She had some shit in her pocket.
Why?
I don't know, but it makes his wife kill herself.
Right.
So it's not like he's cheating on her because she's suicided.
She's OD'd. So you're implying that the magic box causes the wife to be like, fuck it, I'm out on life.
I guess. Because he says something when he gets back and she's dead. He's like, I knew it was you. Because there's like a, and then the smoke bullshit happens again.
Right.
Yeah, I did not get that.
I'm burning a question here. Is Leah a murderer? Because she put some shit into the jewelry box and wife is dead.
I'm going full on scanners here. My mind, it hurts.
Okay.
My brain hurts. I'd say I can't even speak anymore. My brain is hurts.
My brain is hurts.
I got the Trumps. My entire mouth is spewing out tweets from the president.
Oh.
I hope I can heal. I hope we can heal. Did you hear about that?
No.
He spelled heal wrong.
Like wrestling
twice.
heel? Oh.
No, he spelled heel.
Like the heel of
like
the foot?
your heel.
H-E-E-L.
The country needs to H-E-E-L. He had to do it 3 times to get it right.
Well, as long as he uses an exclamation point every time.
Yeah, right.
You know, sentences only end in exclamation points.
Absolutely.
If
It's
you're
like
the
a
fucking
comic
president.
book.
Jesus Christ.
So, I guess so, Sam. Because I don't know what happens with his dead wife. I knew it was you.
Kills her, I guess.
By putting garbage into a magic box that's underneath an invisible mushroom.
Yep.
I thought he was referring to the leak as being her.
The leak?
Like, I knew you were telling my therapist type thing. But
maybe.
I don't know.
So he comes home and he's like, she killed herself out of guilt for leaking my hacking to my therapist to get drugs. I knew it was you. That's your theory? Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Because it's as good as Sam's.
Yeah, it's not really, I mean.
I like Sam's better. I'm not going to lie.
But at the same time,
she could be right.
The whole movie is based off of magic, so Sam's probably more right, even though yours makes more sense.
Yeah, I'm going with Sam's.
Okay.
They fucking killed her using mushroom tree box.
Okay, so wifey's dead. Bummer.
Hugging. Topless.
Yeah, cut to topless hugging.
And this is weird because this is like, he's almost sexually aggressive for a second because they haven't kissed yet. And he just grabs her top and starts taking it off.
Kind of.
But then he stops.
At the top of boob.
At the top of boob.
Like where before cleavage even begins.
Oh, yeah, no. It's like, just put these around your shoulders. Let's hug. And then I'm going to kiss you weirdly.
Gently pecking.
Oh.
So
gross.
Weird and gross. Okay. So he comes home, finds wife. I know it was you. Question mark. He then texts someone, Emily's dead. And then he yells it at his phone.
He yells. Yeah, he's texting, and then he yells at the text he just made that Emily's dead, and then he throws his phone at his desk, and then him and Leah go sleep in the unchanged sheets.
Yeah, same sheets that the wife just died.
They're wine stains, so they're like, it's a little wet. There's some dead wife there.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh. There's no funeral. The police
Nobody
are never
gets a
called.
funeral.
There's no coroner comes up and says, oh, she died from an overdose. Or magic murder, whichever it is. I think he just sticks her dead body in the closet.
She's in the Black Lodge in the corner. You just don't get to see it.
Yeah. And they're boning down on top of dead
wife.
Mattress.
They're not boning down. They're hugging.
They're hugging and
They're hugging on top of dead wife.
Is that better?
No.
No. Yeah. So I love this one scene. Nothing happens in this scene. but they're in his office, and he's just got a bowl of spinach.
Yeah, and she's just watching him eat
Leaf
it.
spinach.
And it's baby spinach, and he eats like one leaf and then smiles.
No salad dressing. He doesn't even use a fork. He just picks baby spinach
No,
out
he
of
has
a
a
bowl.
fork.
Oh, whatever.
And then puts it on top of a folder, a manila folder, which isn't going to hold it. So it falls down and they laugh.
It's funny.
Yeah, because he's like, you're going to clean that up, right?
Because this is what humans do.
Whoa. Spinach leaves on my desk now, girl. Oh, so weird. And he tells her about the world of hacking, the world's secrets.
World secrets.
She's like, that's dangerous. Somebody's going to hurt you. And somebody kind of does. Somebody comes in, a guy in a black mask, puts some hydrogen peroxide on a napkin.
The government and the corporate hitman, woefully incompetent.
And nabs Leah on the side of somebody's house.
It's their house.
Whose house?
It's supposed to be Dylan's house that
So
she
she
has
lives there
moved
now?
into.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so why is she walking on the side of the house?
They'd already shot most of the exteriors for Jim's house, so they had to use this wall for their house.
Oh, boy. Okay. And so she sees this guy who's wearing a black mask and tries to get past him, like, excuse me, guy.
Yeah.
Instead of running away from him, she tries to go past him, so he easily nabs her with hydrogen peroxide.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Which doesn't make sense, because why would the government send a kidnapper to kidnap her?
I don't know.
Rather than just sending over Jeff Sessions to arrest fucking Neil Breen.
There you go. I don't know, but he doesn't do a good job. He uses hydrogen peroxide instead of chloroform. And then he just takes her out to the storage units, because they were shooting there that day already.
Right.
And
Locks her in a horse trailer.
puts her in a fucking trailer.
But is it not what happens at storage units?
No, and then just locks her in there and gets drunk on a 40
Yeah, he gets wasted and pass out outside the trailer.
in the heat.
The elite government kidnappers.
Yeah.
Fat guys who pass out in the sun.
And he's wearing a black sweater in the middle of the desert. It's
Right.
too hot.
Right. This man might die. It's a good thing Neil Breen shows up and
Yeah.
beats his ass. Because Neil Breen shows up and he's like, where is she? I don't even know who you're talking about. Well, she must be in the trailer, and then bonks him with a fucking beer. This guy's out of the film now.
Yeah. Well, this is when we discover that not only is Neil Breen sexy, but he is one tough customer.
Right. You don't want to fuck with this guy. 'Cause
Yeah, he brained somebody with a Bud Light bottle.
This guy doesn't even put up a fight. Nor does Neil Breen even ask him, who are you? Who sent you? What's the story?
Yeah. Trailer?
Really? Why'd you nab her? Huh? Did you, like, are you even connected to the government, or do you
Yeah.
just kidnap a girl and feel her boobs up
Just
or something?
freelancing with a bottle of hydrogen peroxide.
Okay. Now, here's where things get pretty weird. Neil Breen uses superpowers
Teleports into the trailer.
to teleport into the locked trailer to grab her. And it's clearly very hot in this trailer. Both of them are dripping
Yeah,
sweat.
you can't be in a trailer in the desert.
No, you can't
And
shoot
it's a
inside.
black trailer, too,
you
so it's
can't-
got to be hotter
can't do
than
this, Neil.
fucked.
Yeah, that was a bad idea on that day. And then the door is still locked. He can use teleportation powers, but he can also warp her through the door.
But
Yeah.
only if she is blindfolded and gagged
Well,
properly.
I think that's not. I think he could do it no matter what. I just think he doesn't want her to see how he get. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't want her to know that he's got superpowers.
Well, the problem is that, like, okay, close your eyes, I'm going to teleport you. I didn't need to have my eyes closed. You just fucking teleported me.
And even if
I'm outside the trailer now. I didn't need to see that to know that's fucking weird.
why did you also gag my mouth,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that part.
Sharon? Why'd you take his pants off? Yeah, what the fuck, man? So if his shadow self is a different person, how does he warp through walls, Sam? Because this is
I
not
don't
Shadow
know.
Breen. This is
Breen.
Dylan.
This is Dylan. So we've got the magic rock. He's got it with him. So he can just,
Business.
business.
yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we can't really figure it out. So
Yeah.
He borrows Shadow Brain power?
Or maybe like Shadow Breen unastral projects comes into his body, and that gives him the warp through walls power temporarily.
Let's do that.
Okay. The teenage daughter tells Dylan that it was murder, that the wife did it, and he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yeah.
With my naked, topless girlfriend in my dead wife juice."
Yep.
And then some magic happens, or ghosts, or Shadow Breen.
It's Shadow Breen, but I don't think it's actually. They're just close enough to the valley that they're just getting the side, like the peripherals of a 4-point earthquake. So there's some shit shaking on the wall, but they're used to it because they're close enough to the earthquake zone, right? And then Shadow Breen is also there at the same time.
Right, walking down the hallway, which wakes Unshadow Breen up, and he's like, "Is there somebody in my fucking house right now?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Hey, Shadow Bro.
I have a shadow, bro?
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't fucking know," which causes him to be like, "I need to sneak out of the bed very slowly.
Very slowly. He almost doesn't make it out of bed.
To go out into the fucking desert."
See, I think he and Shadow Breen, like, both form up again and they unite and go out to the desert for the magic book.
And the 3 monks?
There's three
There's
monk ninjas?
3 monk ninjas that never fully materialize.
And the book isn't even there either because it dematerializes.
Except for the tassels.
But okay, I guess they just drop to the ground and he picks them up and then puts it on her?
Yeah.
Like, I found these.
And then she wakes up and is like, "Where are these?" And he's like, "Oh, a friend left them." And she doesn't
Is she a
say,
stripper?
"Someone came in while we were sleeping and set this shit on me?" Well, I am sleeping in your dead wife, so
And
whatever.
Why? And
What are they for?
what are they for?
They're curtain tassels.
Yeah. What do they have to do with the magic book, and what does the magic book have to do with anything?
I think he gets the final key to the government secrets from the magic book because he opens it up and reads one page before it disappears. So that's probably the last part. That's the keystone.
So it's the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yes.
Oh my god. That's insane. Because
This is why he's now able to, because it cuts directly to the New York Stock
a
Exchange.
fucking press conference that he has arranged out of nowhere
Yes.
with thousands of people there and the heads of government, bankers, Wall Street brokers.
This looked terrible.
Oh, it's so awful. It is so awful and amazing and beautiful at the same time.
The first time you see it, nothing prepares you for the left field screwball that hits you in the face. Like, wait, what?
I've come to tell you about the secrets of the world, people. There's too much corruption, and you're getting screwed. And I have all the files on my magic rock.
He has a magic rock. He puts the files on the magic rock.
They're on there. I have all the files on this. The files? So are they like paper files or computer files? Did he put this? Is the magic book actually the only functional computer in this? And he plugged in his magic rock, and that's how he got the files.
Well, I
from the
think
Sorcerer's Stone.
inside the magic rock is the naked boob lady.
Okay, all right, fine.
So instead of saline or silicone, her boob implants are actually the government secrets. I didn't know if that was going to work or not, but
Well, it doesn't, because how do you give these files to the people of the world? Like,
it's a magic rock.
CNN, I've got the files. I'd like to transfer you to them. Do you accept magic rocks?
Does your magic rock have Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, actually it does.
It does have Bluetooth.
Good call.
All right. Do you get MLB TV on that thing?
Yeah.
No.
Fucking weird as shit. And he's saying we need to change the world and these people need to come to justice, but they never fucking come to justice because they each individually get their own news conferences and are like, yep, I suck. I've been screwing people over. That's our whole business model, is to fuck people. Peace. And then blows their brains out
Suicide.
in front of the news conference.
Yep.
2 of them do that.
2 of them.
And then some go home, hang themselves. Some put themselves into a fucking car and carbon monoxide poison themselves.
And then the man who identifies himself as an insurance company and not a human, he overdoses on pills and smiles to death.
As he gently rests his forehead on his steering
Yes.
wheel.
Oh, he's the happiest. That's the happiest death I've ever seen.
Oh man, I and other insurance companies.
But the government has one last move, and they send a sniper after the brain.
Oh my god!
But he shoots him with his mind power.
Yeah, I did not understand how the hell that one
There's
happened.
a gunshot,
Yep.
and then the guy falls over dead,
Yep.
and then Neil Breen looks at him.
It's mind power.
But Neil Breen seems generally like, huh? So did Shadow Breen shoot him with his mind?
I think that the magic rock just deflected the bullet right back into the guy. So
I'm
he
going to go with
tried
that.
to shoot Breen, but the bullet and then instead shot him because of the magic rock.
Up to this point, this movie made pretty good sense.
Oh?
All right, so he's cured the world or something. These people have found their justice. They don't find justice. They go home and kill themselves. Do you think the cameras got invited to, like, hey, I'm going to hang myself. Come on over, CNN.
Yeah. Well, I think that the guy that smiled to death wanted somebody to see that.
Yeah. Dylan and Leah go into the woods, back to the fucking Magic Stone area. But do you want to explain what happens along the way, Sam?
Yeah, so they're leaving the Magic Stone area.
Uh-huh.
And then Neil Breen, or Dylan, recognizes the cry of the land whale.
The cry of the land whale.
Yeah, there's a whale song that's been modulated a little bit. And he stops and turns back and is like, yes, I hear you, land whale. And then they wander off.
And then the little gray mist smoke floats across the screen. Credits. Jackie, does he hear a fucking land whale?
That's what it sounded like, yes.
What else could this thing be?
I don't understand why he didn't just go with like a wolf or some shit, you know?
Yeah, like some sort of Native American like type of connection in this whole film.
Sure.
But
No.
it's a fucking land whale.
Of all of the head scratchers in this one, it's like, that's one of the, that was clearly a land whale.
There's nothing else.
There's really not any question marks there. And because he stops and turns around and gives it a nod, he's like, yes, land whale.
Or it's the start of Star Trek 4.
Maybe.
And that cigar-shaped fucking whale-loving space race has arrived and starts asking for, hey, where's your whales at?
Yeah.
You got any whales here? You got any whales, Earth? Nope, our whales are fucking dead. Ah, bummer, we're gonna blow you up. Star Trek 4 is really dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, really stupid. That's the plot of the movie. Where's your whales at? If you don't got any, I'm gonna blow your planet up. Fuck off. Okay, my first question.
That was the one that made the most money, too.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck is my first question? What the fuck?
The fuck.
We're gonna do this a step at a time because
Sure. I only have one question, actually.
Yeah, which is what the fuck?
No.
Okay.
That was my question.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck? Explain the magic.
It's magic rock.
And magic bracelet so that they can find each other and then kill the wife.
So, is the magic part of the plot?
Now, here's another problem, though, is that I don't know how much magic he has left at the end. I think he used all of the magic because Shadow Breen shows up and dies with
What?
raspberry jam. The
Yeah,
blood-
all over his shoes.
Then Shadow Breen can't have killed the sniper. So it was the magic stone that
It was
did
the
it.
magic stone that killed the sniper because there is no Shadow Breen. He absorbed the head injury
Uh-huh.
and then died, I guess. And he still didn't mop the floor. Like, somebody really needs to mop that floor.
That floor was gross.
Okay, so are we still sticking with the wizard plot for
Yeah,
the magic
sure.
wizard
Yeah.
explanation,
Yeah.
and the magic stone just ran out of juice eventually, and saved his life from the car accident
And the sniper.
and the sniper? Okay,
So that he could complete his quest.
Yeah, and
All right.
whatever his next quest is something to do with a land whale.
ooh.
Arr!
What's your question, Sam?
Is he right? Is he right?
About what?
The government and the 'cause
bankers?
The whole movie's just about him being like, "There's corruption and it fucking sucks."
Uh-huh.
So is he right?
Well, if you think about this predates the whole Wells Fargo conspiracy of them making fake accounts and shit like that. So, yeah,
Yep, he's right.
he's fucking right, man. You said it all, bro. This guy is Forrest Gump in front of the Washington Monument.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one, Neil Breen. Does he change the world? Does he make a difference by releasing the files via Bluetooth from a magic stone?
Probably not.
Do you think things just keep going on? Because some people blew their brains out in front of the camera?
I think that each company that was on there or each government agency will throw out a few people, a handful of employees that these are our scapegoats.
Yeah.
We didn't know that this was happening. Oh, my God.
Thank you, Neil Breen, for exposing our secrets.
Where is he? Where is no? He's questing for a land whale now.
Yeah, I think he's
Okay,
moved on.
that sounds more important.
Oh, thank God. That guy's
thank
done something
God.
else. All right. What happens to fake boobs and teenage girl?
Well, fake boobs is going to jail because teenage
Is
girl
she?
tells the cops.
No, she doesn't. She tells Neil Breen.
And he's like, you have to tell the cops.
She's like,
She may not have done that.
no, I'm just going to go take a shit in your bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got magic to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to get this work done.
I have to get this work done.
Insanity. That's all my questions. Anybody else?
No, mine was just the one.
Nope, there are no questions.
There's only questions, but there's no answers. It's more like it.
I just made up shit in my head so that the movie would make sense to me. I'm like, all right, I'm following that. And that's why I just make up shit.
Do or do not, our final recommendations. I'm going to make it quick. Have to watch it. It's a landmark and bad film. Sam?
Yes, absolutely.
Jackie?
Yes.
You
It's funnier than shit.
So you liked it?
I did. I thought it was
almost didn't think you did.
I thought it was funny. Like, I want to watch it again because I think that the first time you watch it, you're just like, what the fuck?
No, it doesn't get better, Jackie.
And then I think the second time you understand that no, there's no real story here. You should just
Or is there?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Like, if Sam's correct on he's right, then there is a deep-rooted story here delivered via magic from a fucking wizard, and it's just very poorly told, but there is a fucking story. And it took us 2 times and an hour and 45 minutes of talking about it to figure out what this fucking thing is. And at any point, I could expect a fan write in and be like, no, you guys are full of shit. It's about this.
Yeah.
Oh, I never looked at it
I'm
that
still
way
thinking
either.
the wizard's boobs, though.
Yeah, the wizard is boobs. The power of boobs. Okay, so that's 3 dues. This movie is in my Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's
It
something else.
Went right to my Hall of Fame. So absolutely stop what you're doing. Go watch Fateful Findings. This will not be the last time we hear from Neil Breen on this podcast. On streaming do's and don'ts this week, or should we cut it because we're already? Do you guys want to do streaming do's and don'ts? We're almost 2 hours on this.
I just
bad
want to throw one thing out there for
Okay.
streaming do's and don'ts that I watched. I was super impressed with, and that is the new Netflix series Glow.
Oh, Glow is a must-do, guys. Absolutely. It is everything that we have a passion for in a TV show. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. That's
Do
the
it.
only thing I want to talk about.
Stop what you're doing and also watch Glow. We'll save streaming do's and don'ts for next week.
I'm happy to be back. Thanks.
Happy to be back.
I hope you guys didn't totally ditch us while we were gone.
Yeah. No, we got some hate mail for taking a 2-week off thing.
We did?
A lot of people were not happy. Like threats and stuff. Like, I will find you and I will fucking cut you type stuff. So, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Kill your
They
tiny
are
dogs.
Yeah.
They are definitely fans of mine because that's what I thought about the woman at the Speedway. I'm going to fucking cut you.
Yeah, because they know. They also threatened our fish, which was weird. But so
Yeah, and
that's
then that
probably why
one turned up
died.
dead.
Yeah, we've got asshole fans. I mean, we love you guys.
Love you.
Don't kill our fish, please.
Dude, hate mail is good mail. I mean, at least they're talking about us.
Right.
Press is good press.
Yeah. Next week, Sam, it's your pick. What do you have lined up, if anything?
Oh, shit.
And do you have a scandal
I think
you'll
we're
be
gonna
doing?
do
Scandal.
Coming At You,
Coming at you.
which is one of the it's the Anthony. What is his name? We just did-
Tony Anthony?
Tony Anthony movie. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting choice. We'll be back next Monday. Enjoy your week. Get to the chopper.
Bye now. Get the chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.
Okay, we got a big show planned. I'm going to lead us in with a little joke, Sam. Okay. It's a Sam joke.
All right.
So there was this guy named Sam, and he was a monk, and he lived on top of a mountain in a beautiful village. And on his 18th birthday, he discovered that he could sing beautifully. So he went out on top of the mountain and sang out to all the peoples in the most beautiful note that anybody had ever heard. And the people rejoiced and were filled with joy and glee and happiness whenever they heard him sing. And the next year, he comes out and he sings another new note, and it's even better than the last one. And the people are just exploding with happiness, and all is good in the land. And he does this every year on his birthday until the 7th year. And he comes out, and the people are crowded around and waiting to hear his beautiful voice. And he opens his mouth, and the worst noise you could possibly imagine comes out. And he tries harder. He's like, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense. And the people are like, oh God, it sounds like crap. And people are shitting themselves. And like the economy collapses and wars begin while he belts out this disgusting noise. And he stops and he starts shivering. And then he bursts into flames. He spontaneously combusts. And the people are like, Sam, what happened? And the monks have a meeting, and they're like, what the fuck just happened? He just burst into flames. And the lead monk looks at everybody, and he says, Samson Note 7.
This is Fateful Findings on Stinker Madness.
Samson Note 7. Okay, you guys ready?
Well, I want to tell my joke.
You've already told your joke. The butt crack joke?
No, I haven't.
Okay, tell Sam your butt crack joke.
You're going to have to edit that part out.
Oh,
Okay.
Tell Sam your butt crack joke.
Okay.
Stop her if you've heard this one before.
I know probably Sam's heard it before. Hey, Sam,
Yeah.
why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road?
I have no idea.
Because he was stuck in a crack.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We should go get some 8-year-olds to not laugh at that.
Would you like to go back in time to the Samson Note 7?
No.
Okay,
I don't.
all right. Here we go.